Now that the Skywalker saga has wrapped up with The Rise of Skywalker, Disney had decided to take the Star Wars franchise back 200 years before The Phantom Menace to the era of the High Republic, when the Republic were at the height of their power, and the rise of the Nihil, the antagonists of the era, who are described to be the Star Wars version of Space Vikings. The High Republic will be told with a new wave of books and comics. The books consist of The Light of the Jedi, Into the Dark, and A Test of Courage, and the comics consist of Star Wars The High Republic by Marvel Comics, and The High Republic Adventures by IDW Comics. With this new era, we get a new generation of Jedi Masters, Knights, and Padawans, with the Jedi Council at this time being referred to as the Jedi Knights of the Round Table. On April 3rd, 2020, StarWars.com put up some concept art and character bios for some of the new heroes. Just a quick one, if you could leave a like on this video, that would be great, and it will do wonders for the channel, and I would appreciate it a lot. And comment below what you're most excited for with the High Republic era. Starting off, we have Jedi Master Avar Kriss, who can be seen on the cover of the Light of the Jedi book, and the Jedi beside her is a Jedi Wookiee called Buriaga Agaburi. Avar carries a green lightsaber, and I think the quote from Charles Soule, "She is the Jedi who hears the Force as a song," which I think is a cool new interpretation of the Force, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they portray it in the books. She is described as the most noble and brightest example of Jedihood, and always puts others before herself. She ascended the Jedi Order along fellow Jedi Stellan Gios, and is a subject of fascination for younger Jedi such as Keeve Trennis. She was actually first introduced in the Rise of Kylo Ren comic as a Jedi seen on a holocron, and it was confirmed that this is indeed Avar Kriss. She is recorded sending a guided message for future generations of Jedi, and Luke Skywalker took this hologram for his attempt to restart the Jedi Order. She's supposed to be one of the main protagonists of the series, so she'll probably be appearing in multiple books, and I think she may serve on this era's Jedi Council. Jedi Master Stellan Gios is described as an optimistic and well-respected member of the Jedi Order, who when paired with Avar Kriss, the two are a powerhouse Jedi tag team. I wonder if this is perhaps if they are a dyad in the Force, similar to how Rey and Ben Solo were, and when they are together their abilities are amplified by each other. He is strong in the Force and was once the master of Venestra Rho before she was promoted to Jedi Knight. He has a blue lightsaber with a crossguard, unlike that we've seen before. I think this is an early version of the design and is then upgraded into the one we see Ezra find on Malachor and Rebels, and then eventually into the one Kylo Ren carries in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Venestra Vern Rho is a newly knighted Jedi Knight and is a Mirialan like Luminara Unduli, Barriss Offee, and the Seventh Sister. However, she lacks the facial tattoos like all of the former members of the species we see. As a 16-year-old, she is a hard-working devotee to the Jedi Order, which is irregular for Jedi her age, and has a hard time fitting in with the older members, but she is a prime example of Jedi idealistics for younger members of the Order. She carries a blue lightsaber, and as of now she is currently stranded since her spaceship has been knocked out of hyperspace. Keeve Trennis is a young, passionate Jedi Knight who has a strong future despite not believing in herself. She is described as quick-witted and more impulsive than she should be. She has only been a Jedi Knight for a few weeks, and is greatly impressed with Jedi Master Avar Kriss, having recollected many of Avar's past accomplishments and inspirations for her own. She is overly keen to prove herself to Kriss and the other legendary members of the Jedi Order stationed with her on the Starlight Beacon. But in order to do so, she must trust in herself as much as she trusts in the Force. Keeve wields a double-bladed green lightsaber, and a fun fact is that she carries the same surname as a female Jedi Master of the Lost 20, a group of Jedi mentioned in the Dooku Jedi Lost book. However, no explicit connection between the two Jedi has been made. If I had to guess, maybe Keeve ends up leaving the Order at some point, similar to how Ahsoka did, and ends up having children and grandchildren, etc. Jedi Master Loden Greatstrom is a member of the Twi'lek species, the same as Aayla Secura, and is considered one of, if not the best teachers in the Jedi Order. Loden is described as very wise and strong with a good sense of humour. He looks at every moment as a way to learn something new and gain experience from it. Loden wields a yellow lightsaber and always tries to further the skills of himself and his Padawans to be better than they are and learn new things. Just a quick detail that might not tie into anything, but the antagonists of the series, the Nihil, bear a strikingly similar name to the now non-canon Sith Lord, Darth Nihilus. In fact, it's pretty much the same if you just take out the US at the end, it's the Nihil. This could be nothing, or perhaps they could be a cult who have descended from the legends of the Sith Lord, as Nihilus was said to be a terrifying and devastating presence. They could be taking the name similar to how the Knights of Ren supposedly took their name from the legends of the Marauders in Dark Space. The 3 books were supposed to release in August 2020, but because of everything happening in the world right now, they have been delayed to January 2021. So we have to wait a bit longer to find out more about this time period. Well, that's everything I could find out on who the Jedi of the upcoming High Republic era are. If you like this video, remember to leave a like and comment the topics you'd like to see in the future. If you feel like you learned something new, then feel free to subscribe to see if you can learn anything more from my channel. I'm going to be covering more Star Wars related content, as well as things like Marvel, DC and video games. Stuff like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty and other things that I feel interested in making. Make sure you follow the channel's Instagram and Twitter account where I post updates about the channel and other stuff. Both of those will be linked in the description, and going forward I'm going to be uploading a short video on Tuesdays and a slightly longer video on Friday, so make sure you check those days for more content. Thanks for watching and see you next video.